Okay, let's have some fun with comedone extraction. We all know how wonderful that feels when we have our STs take care of that, right? Said nobody ever. But with the sugaring, it's going to feel wonderful. Hi, I'm Lena Kennedy, President and CEO of Alexandria Professional, and we are the global authority in professional body sugaring. So what are comedones, you might be asking? Because I know not everybody who's not a professional knows what that is. Blackheads, you know, those pesky, dark little dots that you might get here and here, sometimes here, especially if you don't properly take care of your skin. But even if you do, you can be prone to them, and maybe they're not as dramatic, but you can still keep getting rid of them. And sugaring is, to me, by far the best way to extract comedones that is painless. I say painless because it is to me, but in essence, what if you have vellus hair? You know, in one of our, I don't know if you got to see it, but in one of our videos on this series, we talked about vellus hair. Some people can have vellus hair on their nose. So if you're extracting comedones, you're also extracting the vellus hair. So they might get a little reaction there as well. You need to follow that process that we talked about in that video in that particular case. But generally speaking, it's not a problem to extract comedones, and it's really, really great at doing it without pain. So one important note I want to share with you before you do any kind of facial hair removal, whether it's vellus hair or terminal hair, hormonal hair, or male facial hair, is that at Alexandria Professional, we advocate that you do a patch test first so you can see if there's any potential reaction. Because if there is a potential reaction, we have a system that will help to prevent it and or help to heal it if there is one afterwards. So as a consumer, if you do allow your practitioner to give you, to perform a patch test, you'll be able to know yourself, one, how it feels, but more importantly, you'll know if you're apt to have a reaction and how the Alexandria Professional system works at either calming that reaction, how long it takes. So then you can decide, wow, that took a week, or that took a day, or that took just a couple of hours. You'll know, are you willing to go through the process for your full face so that you can get to the point of having permanent reduction? Because the more you do it, the less reaction you'll have anyway, because the less hair you'll have. But you'll know firsthand what to expect, how to treat it afterwards, how long it takes, and have a much more pleasant journey for yourself. So as a consumer, if you already think, you know, you're susceptible to having histamines of any sort, you should be filling out anyway a form at your salon that will ask specific questions. And that should be one of the questions is, you know, are you prone to histamines for, you know, allergies and things like that? Then for sure, don't skip the patch test. You shouldn't skip the patch test anyway. But if you know you are, and we see that on your form, and we do a patch test, and yeah, there is a reaction, here's what we can do. We can use our CC Me cream, which helps to calm nerve endings, so it calms the messages to create a reaction. And we would apply that before, and then you would also use it after at home to in case the reaction continues, and then help it heal much faster. But also, some things like, this is for the professional and it's for you as a consumer to be aware. Technique is going to mean everything to reduce histamine reactions, but also to reduce potential discomfort, from discomfort to pain. So what the sugar does, it actually penetrates into the follicle and sticks to all that excess dead skin and oils that cause those blackheads, that stuff, you know. And so as it sticks and you start doing your little technique, again, proper technique, it just starts to bring them out. And all of a sudden, you do another little flick with your finger and you look at the sugar and you can see the points of all this stuff that came out of the follicles. So those are the little blackheads. It's really quite amazing. There was a little story. There was an elder woman I did moons ago, and she had hormonal hair and lots of intermediate hair and tons of blackheads. And she was the mother of a bride. And so I thought, oh, I know she didn't have a lot of money. It's a long time ago. So I just decided just to keep sugaring. And I got all the I got all the Comedone, all the blackheads out of her nose, all the hair gone, all the hair here. And then she had a lot of blackheads, and I'm just working it. And I did one flick, and her dentures came flying out. You just heard whoosh, and I'm like, oh, and I just pushed them back in and just kept sugaring. You wouldn't believe what we go through with our sugaring on all body parts. Anyway, this woman, when I finished, looked like a whole new person. It was so beautiful. Her daughter cried. This was up in Canada. Her daughter cried when she saw her. She was waiting for her in the waiting room. And she just, not a lot, but she had tears because her mother looked amazingly beautiful. So this is just some of the things we can do. And, you know, Comedones, like other things on our face, can affect how you feel about yourself. And a lot of people don't like to have them extracted because they find it painful. This is a good solution. So just a quick tip. It's really quite an easy add-on for you as a professional. You know, if you're sugaring something or you got time where they're putting the mud on, or you're putting the mud on them and they're waiting, or, you know, maybe they're having a pedicure done, and anything, could be anything. To extract the Comedones is so easy. You just have to make sure that you take off all the makeup and skin oils. Number one, right? In anything sugaring, but especially the nose area where you get more oily. You got to make sure you wash all that off and do your, you know, pre-treatment. And then you just gently sugar. They could be lying down, they could be sitting up. And then you could do a little mud on that afterwards, because that'll just decongest even more. And, you know, finish off with some essential tonic and restore lotion, and they're done. It's an easy add-on for you, but not just for those that you already treat. How about just putting it out there, even for teenagers, Comedone extractions. Like, teenagers suffer from blackheads, and some of them suffer blackheads more than just the T-zone. So put it out there. Hey, we do Comedone extraction, pain-free, beautiful. And then they tell their friends. I don't know, just little ways of growing your business. I hope you enjoyed this this session of our mini-series. Wait, is this the last one? No, we got one more to go. So please stay tuned for the next one if you're already subscribed. And if you're enjoying this and you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Subscribe. I'll see you next time.